In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my impressions on the newish sim Rennsport in their open beta on Steam, and seeing where it stacks up compared to other sims like ACC and iRacing. We'll test a GT3 car and a Hypercar to see how the physics feel, and even tackle the Goodwood hill climb in a Porsche Hypercar. So here we are in the menu then. Let's have a look at my profile. Okay, all looks good there. Let's see what we can do. Single player, obviously it's multiplayer. I think that's the main focus of this game, but we'll just be looking at single player today. Let's add some opponents. It's on 0. Can I change that? It's greyed out. No, it says max 40, min 1, but 0. Strange. Okay, well, I guess we'll just be just us today then. Let's go with, there's Prague R1 there. Could be Jimmy Broadbent for the day. But no, we're going to go with the Audi R8 because that's the car that it said that I could buy, so I bought it. The circuit, not a big fan of Hockenheim. I do love Daytona. What are these? What's that? Oh, it's like Singapore. Well, I think it's Singapore. Spa. I think Spa's going to be my... Oh, look at that. That's cool. The community, so there must be mods. That's pretty cool. So they've got community-made assets within the game. That's cool. Jeddah as well. But yeah, we're going to go with Spa. I do like Spa. It's one of my favourite circuits on the planet. So yeah, let's crack on then. So here we are in the pits. Let's go and see what this is feeling like. This is the first time I've played the game at all. First time out of the car. I calibrated my controls and that was it. So this is all it's my first time out the pit lane. So I realise I'm speeding there. Didn't realise it was 60 till right at the end. But yeah, off we go then. Sounds good. I love the V10. I'm a big V10 guy. Coming down the hill then towards Eau Rouge. I'm guessing it's not going to be flat. Tyres are cold. I don't know how that all affects. There's quite a lot of grip, to be fair. Yeah, it feels good. We'll wait till we get really till the second part of the lap, which is where we'll really see how it feels. On the brakes then. Yeah, it feels okay. Car doesn't move too much under braking. Feels quite stable. I've got traction control on as well. You can see there it says 6. I've not mapped my buttons for traction control or anything like that, so we're just going with the default, whatever's there. The default setup as well. I've not looked at the setups yet. So just literally whatever it gives you out of the box. Yeah, I feel like I can build some speed quite quickly. Yeah, so it feels okay. It feels good. It does feel sim-like. Coming down into these two right-handers. That was weird. I slowed down how much I thought I should, and then I turned and I had more grip than I realised. It was a bit weird. Yeah, I'd say it feels good, but the car, it does feel a little bit, how do I describe it? Washy, I guess. It's quite difficult to be precise, I'm finding. The tyres don't really feel connected to the track, if that makes sense. It's really difficult to describe. It doesn't feel bad, but it doesn't feel like razor edge. Oh, that was close. Like razor edge precision, if that makes sense. It feels like the car's almost like very washy, very kind of not really connected to the track. It's really hard to describe what I mean. I think the best way I can describe it is like you're driving on ice, but the ice has got lots of grip, but you are still driving on ice. So yeah, I don't know, that sounds a bit stupid, but I've got a penalty there, great. But yeah, it feels a bit strange. It's difficult to judge your speed into the corners because it feels quite slidey, but then when you turn, it grips. So it's really difficult to place the car, and then when you do turn in, it's then got grip, and you're like, oh, I probably could have carried more speed in, but it didn't feel like you could because the car was kind of sliding in a strange way before the corner. So yeah, really difficult to describe, but that's kind of how I feel. I can imagine this being quite difficult to get fast at. I think I could be quite a decent pace, but I reckon this is the kind of sim or game where certain people will master it. There'll be certain flicks and tricks that you can do to be really fast, and I think there'll be those esports guys will know exactly how to place the car. Like, because you can also, I've noticed, you can turn in quite early and get the car almost sliding through the corner. I don't know if that's faster, but it's one of those games where you can manipulate it a little bit to make you a little bit faster, which I'm not a big fan of because it kind of ruins the experience for just a casual person like me, especially if you want to go up against people and race. I don't, so it's okay. So for me, it's fine just driving around the circuit, but for some people who want to go online and be competitive, I can imagine that if you've not practiced as much as someone else, they're going to have a little bit more of a insight as to how to handle the car. But yeah, that's the R8 at Spa. Maybe let's now go and drive the Hypercar and see how that feels, because I'm excited to try that. I loved that car in Assetto Corsa and other sims, so let's go and try Hypercar. Also guys, if you want to see some more fun sim racing content, please do subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. Actually, before we go into the Hypercar, I came to the menu to try and find the setups, but I can't see them anywhere. So I'm guessing setups don't actually exist in the beta. If you know more, please do let me know in the comments. But yeah, I can't find anything to do with setups in options or anywhere. So please do let me know if they are there and I'm just completely missing them. But I've had a look in the main menu and in my garage and everywhere. Can't see it. So yeah, let me know down below if setups don't exist yet. Here we are then in the Porsche 963 Hypercar. I love the Hypercars. Listen to that. The LMDH electric power out the pits and then switch into the motor. The Cadillac's obviously the best sounding one, but the Porsche's not far behind. But yeah, coming out the pits then, we're at the Nurburgring GP circuit. So yeah, again, sounds good. Sounds very realistic. I went to the WEC a couple of years ago now at Portimao, and yeah, one of the best days of my life, I think. Especially here in the Cadillac go past. It's absolutely awesome. But yeah, so see how this feels. Feels pretty good. It feels similar to the Audi in terms of obviously the physics, which you would guess it's the same game, but I'm getting that same feeling of not really being able to be so precise. What's happened to the curb there? Blue. Weird. Yeah, it rides the curves quite well though. I'm quite impressed with how the cars can ride the curves better than some of the other sims that we've seen. So that's good. But yeah, oh, the curb again. Oh, it's a void. It's a void into the abyss. But luckily you can't fall through it, so that's good. I'm getting really bad frame rate here, like 30 FPS on the Nurburgring. I don't know what graphics settings I've got on. In terms of the graphics, I'm not a massive fan of them actually. There's quite a lot of detail, but it looks a little bit cartoony. I don't know if that's just my settings or what, but the actual environment looks a little bit cartoony, if anything. Yeah, it doesn't quite look polished, but again, it's only a beta, so there's a lot of polishing to do. So that makes sense, that's no problem. But yeah, just an observation. But the sounds are good. I like the sounds. Sounds are really, really good. Yeah, the physics then, again, they feel similar to the Audi. I'm finding it difficult to be precise. I really am finding it difficult to be precise in this car, in any of the cars. It's difficult with my braking setup as well, because my pedals are really cheap, and I'm having to use my clutch pedal as my brake, because my brake pedal's broken, so you'll find I'm locking up a lot in this video. That's just because I'm not able to brake properly, because I'm having to use my clutch pedal as my brake. So please do excuse the very, very poor braking and general lack of driving ability in this video. But yeah, no, it feels good. It feels fun to drive. I think it'll be really fun to do some more laps and really find the limits. So no, I'm definitely not saying it's bad or anything like that. It's just very different from what we're used to with ACC. I think with ACC you can be very precise, and you know exactly how the tyres are feeling on the car and how you're doing on the road and exactly where you are on the road, and you can be really, really precise. whereas this is the opposite end of the spectrum for me. It's really difficult to be precise. iRacing is kind of in the middle for me. You can be precise. Sometimes it can feel a little bit washy, but most of the time it's precise, where this I'm feeling more washy than precise. You can feel though, like through there, the Michael Schumacher S, you can really feel the downforce, which is cool. It does feel different at high speeds. You can definitely feel the effects of the downforce, especially in this car. You do feel the extra grip at the higher speeds, so that's cool. That's a nice thing. It's more pronounced than I've noticed in other games that have the hypercars. So that's a positive, definitely. But yeah, that's the hypercar then. I think now what we'll do is we'll head over to Goodwood, which is in the game, and we'll see where we can stack up. We'll do a couple of runs just to see what Goodwood's like, because I love the Goodwood, and obviously this channel loves a good hill climb. So let's go to Goodwood and see what we can do there. Right then, Goodwood. We've got a 10-second countdown. That's a bit annoying. This is my first run up the hill, so let's see how it's modelled. I've been to Goodwood, so we'll have a nice reference. It's really poor off the line because you can't. I don't have a clutch first of all, and so you can't dump the clutch and get the wheels spinning. So the start's always going to be bad, but that's okay. We're just here for a bit of fun. So around those two corners, yeah, it looks good. The circuit, it looks good. Looks very realistic. Again, I think it needs a bit of polishing. Oh no, I've hit the bales. There's damage. Let's try that again, shall we? So here's our next run, coming up the hill, and coming now into the right-hander just before. And I've got a penalty. Why do I have a penalty? I didn't go off. That's super annoying. Oh well, what's the time going to be? 43. So not great anyway. Here we are then on the next run. And yeah, again the start's really bad, but we carry a lot of speed through the first corner, almost flat through the second corner. Now coming down, we remember to brake earlier into this corner because it's easy to lock up as well, especially with my braking setup like I said before. Loads of speed though for the left-hander, big wiggle, but that's okay, we'll carry on anyway. Up towards the flint wall, fast right, fast left, just missed the bales. Am I going to get a penalty? Hopefully not. Do just tap the bales again, no penalty, thank God. But flat through the last left-hander and across the line, 41.0 and into the wall at the end. So, yeah, not bad. We are there in 29th on the leaderboard, so can't complain with only like 3 or 4 runs. I'm sure if I did a lot more runs, then I'd be a lot further up the leaderboard, but that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So yeah, that's my opinion on Rennsport. I think it's a really good starting place. It's still only in beta, so there's lots of polishing and improvements to do. I couldn't find the setups. I also couldn't work out how to do a replay. I clicked on replays and there was some listed, and when I clicked on them it took me into some random session with some other people. So I don't know what the hell that was all about. So I couldn't find replays. I was going to do some nice shots for the video, but I just couldn't find them. So I'm guessing these things are either hidden somewhere or they're just not in the beta at all. But that's okay. The driving, the physics feel good. They feel different from other sims. I think you really need to practice a lot to find the fastest way to get around the track on this sim. So the people that practice more are definitely going to be a lot faster. And hopefully they're going to polish the physics moving into the future as well. So there's lots of more to come hopefully from the sim. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Have you tried it? What do you think? And is it worth investing in the future? Or are you going to stick to AC Evo when that comes out on iRacing? Let me down in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.